Good afternoon, good evening. This is John Paul Wright. I'm coming from Tokyo, Japan, and we're talking about Game of Thrones, Star Wars. Yeah, that's it for now. This new Batwoman trailer dropped, but I don't even want to get into it. There's not too much to get into right now. So, if something comes up, someone comes by. I got the Madman with me. He's from a channel called Mad Talk TV. Known him for a long time. How you doing?
Hey man, happy to be back.
Yeah. So we
Awesome.
talk we keep in touch, but we haven't actually even talked about Game of Thrones yet. I haven't really seriously talked to you about details.
Oh my God.
So
I mean,
you
where do you start with Game of Thrones
all
season eight?
right. Do you mind if I just
Um,
no, go ahead.
I just like to give some background, and I'm sure you would agree with
Yeah.
some of these things that um, I don't know if you and I share the same passion for the show, but I fucking love Game of Thrones, and I think that people take this the wrong way. They see people criticizing it like this person's not a fan. I'm a day one fan, and it's just sad. It really is sad, and I don't really know who's to blame for it. People point fingers at D&D, but fuck, it's just such a shame.
Yeah, all right. Real quick, I just want to welcome the Senate, PB Pop Culture, and Drunk 3PO. Thanks for coming by, Jay. Jay's been on this channel. He's kind of a rising star. He's from Florida. You know Florida, Zach? I could call you Zach, right? I think that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. No, he's from Florida. Senate's from Twitter. PB Pop Culture is from Culture, I guess. I honestly don't know. But if you don't mind, I just want to ask you a few questions about Game of Thrones.
Sure.
And anyone who's in the chat can ask questions too. I like getting to the chat. I don't like lives where people sit there and ignore the chat. I get to the chat. So let me ask you a few questions. First of all, which plot line that ended at this point do you have the biggest issue with?
I just the whole thing, man. I mean, it's like I'll just start and go over a couple of things that bother me. Jamie Lannister, I think, is probably my biggest complaint that they just threw him away and had him flip on a dime. I loved the fact that he was going to settle down with Brienne and have like a righteous life. And I love that storyline with him and him, becoming a righteous man, a man of honor. He started as a man who broke his armor or his honor. He killed his king, which he was sworn to protect. So he's done a total 180 in terms of a character over 8 fucking seasons and 9 years, and then in 3 episodes, no, he's exactly the same as the first episode. To me, that's I don't want to say insulting. That's kind of, but I don't like that at all. Not at all.
Can I ask you this? It's kind of an on-the-spot question. It's on the spot question. You might have to think quick. But if you could have an ending for Jamie Lannister, what would it be?
I'd have just left him at Winterfell with Brienne. What's the problem with that?
Okay. Okay. It's not a very exciting end scene. They're just hugging each other, fade out. Wouldn't there be some event in his life?
It's a beautiful ending though. It doesn't have to be crazy or spectacular.
Yeah, okay.
And to me, it's and seeing them drink and them getting together was fucking awesome. And when he knighted Brienne, that was it. Almost a little tear formed in my eye.
Right.
So I was just sad to see Jamie go out like a, and then I don't even know why he fought Euron Greyjoy, and I'm not a big book guy, but man, from what I've seen, did they fuck up Euron? He was a bad
man. Euron in the book was badass, man. He was burning people's hands off and I would assume that Martin's kind of had the plan because in the books he wasn't going anywhere yet. He just kind of arrived in the books and then that was it. So I think Martin's probably had the idea for him to kind of get involved and maybe move in with Cersei at some point. But that line he said was so cheesy where it's like, I'm the man who killed Jamie Lannister.
Oh, the book Euron though was a bad son of a bitch. You look at the pictures of him that people have drawn from the books and stuff, and he looks scary as fuck. He looks like he's on par with the Night King in terms of a bad guy rolling in like a major threat. And his ship decks are painted red to cover up the blood. This is a cool thing about him in the book, and they just butchered him. That all of his crew members have their tongues cut out so they can't talk about all the shit he's done.
Right, right. Yeah, I just want to welcome D Carey. He's actually a longtime Mad Talk subscriber, and sign Dave. Thanks for showing up, guys. And yeah, drunk 3PO. Can I call you J, man? I don't know. I just these names, these channel names. Could you just be J, please? Is that cool? I don't know. I don't know how people can like using their first name, but J is so much easier than drunk 3PO. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as well. So I'm just saying. That's why I like you as Zach, Jay, John. You know. All right.
That's fine with me. It's been such a debacle, and I'm so sad. I'm so sad by it. It's so disappointing. I think it could have been my favorite show of all time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. For me, just like Arya basically killing the Night King. Spoilers. I guess I gotta say spoilers, right? All right. Anyway, Arya
Well,
killing the
is
Night
the video? What's the title of the video? Is it Game of Thrones?
Yeah, it's just Game of Thrones talk. Honestly, we're gonna get like maybe 15 people max, so I'm not so worried.
That's fine with me.
I don't know how to change it now. Anyway, it's way after the fact. I think like everyone who's anyone following the news has seen it. So the point what I was going to say is I thought it would be good for Arya to kill Cersei, or at least come close. But now that she killed the Night King, she can't do that because he can't ever kill those two. That would be too much, you know?
Well, she wasn't a formidable villain at all. They just went and crushed her. They crushed her. They fucked her up. Like she didn't even fight. She got her ass handed to her on a silver platter. And another problem they have is the inconsistencies when those scorpion ballista, giant crossbows can just kill Rhaegal. Boom, just just complete 100% accuracy one moment. And then this is even a funny shot I noticed from the when they were when Daenerys was attacking the wall turrets. There was like 4 turrets that were facing the other way.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even aimed at the dragon.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like they took out that one dragon in a snap, and then there was like, I don't know, looked like there was at least 50 ships there, something like that, and they weren't even firing.
More than that, man. 100 ships.
Yeah, whatever it was. Dude, even if there was 20 ships, you'd think, you know what I mean? Like, wow.
Well, I mean, all they had to do was put armor on the dragon. That's all they had to do. And they can't even do that. I mean, it's like they got cocky, man, is what happened. And they thought, we got this in the bag. They're going to like whatever we come up with. And there's just so many problems. The Night King was, even as it currently stands with what happened, is probably one of my favorite villains of all time, just because he's so fucking badass.
Well, dude, that's what I was thinking with Star Wars. They thought, oh, we got this in the bag, so, just, do whatever. That's exactly how I felt about Star Wars. You could be right. Maybe they think, oh, we got this in the bag. The subscribers are already subscribed for the month. We're going to make our money on Game of Thrones. By the way, I heard, I don't know, something like 500 million per season.
Oh, my God.
It's like around 400 million for the shows alone and HBO subscriptions, which is 35 million times $10, about 35 million, plus DVDs, other merchandise is like another 100 million through the course of the season. So, they've already made their money basically on it, is what I'm thinking. But one quick thing. I heard from a subscriber they filmed 2 different endings. They have 2 different endings.
That's retarded. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind an alternate ending. We'll see what happens. I'm still going to watch it. There are parts, and I don't want to go entirely negative. There are some parts that I like, but overall, it's just a disappointment. But it's funny because I have unique taste in things. My favorite scene in The Long Night, where the Night King attacks Winterfell, is when the Night King is walking, and that music is my favorite scene from the episode. It was just so fucking cool. And then Bran looks up at the Night King, and the Night King has that business look on his face. He's like, motherfucker, that's my favorite scene where he's walking. You've got that music playing, that music by that great composer. And there's so much cool, so many cool things that.
Let me take a comment real quick from the Senate. And Senate, thanks for showing up, by the way. He's on. I just tweeted this out, so sorry, maybe a little bit out of it. And Fatal J, thanks for coming by. Fatal J's got a channel. I like his accent, by the way. I think he's like one of those Southern guys. I'll give you this. I'll give you this comment. Anyone have thoughts on Danny killing not just the men but the women and children?
I hate her. I hate Danny. I think she has to die for what she did. And I'll be honest, I was never a huge fan of her in the first place. She was never one of my favorite characters. I thought even the side characters were more interesting. The Hound, to me, the Hound is more interesting than her. But so in terms of my favorite character, this may shock you, was Cersei.
I like Cersei too, quite a bit.
But she has to die for this. If they end with, she's not going to survive. I mean, let me ask you that. Will she survive this episode? I think she's got to die.
Who? Danny?
Yeah.
Hybrid 95, what's up? And yes, Scene Dave does have a channel. He does have a channel. I've seen it. By the way, I catch as many videos as I can of you guys. It's just there's so many channels now, and I'm hectic. But I do my best to keep up. But I think I saw Dave's channel at least a week ago. And
that does sound familiar.
But yeah, as far as Danny, I like her story. I like her character. I don't so much. I'm not invested in her, but I really like her. I think she plays a really important role in Game of Thrones. But the thing is, I have no problem with her being the Mad Queen, but I totally see what happened too fast, especially if you're only watching once a week and they're not thinking about the show. Yeah, but it's somebody tweeted out a really, kind of, I think, dead on tweet, and the tweet, I retweeted it, and I'm going to try to find it right now, but it was something to the extent that, like, Danny turning is like a perfect thing for subversion for Game of Thrones. The only problem is the execution was bad, so I could understand how people have such an issue with it.
I don't like subversion in general. I think it's turned into a lazy trope. Can we discuss Endgame spoilers here? Let's just warn everybody if you haven't seen Endgame.
Yeah, dude. I personally think the stuff it's long enough. At some point you stop saying spoilers, like a month. I mean, yeah. If someone wants to hate me, and all right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I mean, the subversion in Endgame pissed me off too. Okay, and it's just subversion in general. When they cut Thanos' head off in the first 10 minutes of the movie, I swear to God, this is a true statement. I almost fucking left. And I was sitting there in the theater, and I was if you were sitting next to me, you could hear me saying, "Motherfucker, goddamn son of a bitch." I was furious that they killed Thanos like that in the first 10 minutes. And that's a subversion trope. It's a stupid thing. Oh, we're smart. Oh, we tricked you. Well, you're a dumb. I'm not gonna go crazy on you here, but it's just stupidity. And we've seen a lot of subversion in Game of Thrones, and it's unfortunate. I miss the quiet little subtle moments where Varys is subtly threatening Tyrion, with his bitch in the room. That's my kind of thing. I love that stuff. I like the politics of it. I like the quiet moments where Tywin is telling Tyrion about power and he can't have Casterly Rock and the small council meetings. And we don't have none of that anymore. It's just these big stupid fights and all this subversion. And I feel like they lost the soul of Game of Thrones. That being said, there are things I like, but like I said, I'm disappointed.
All right, let me give you another comment by Fatal J, and thanks for the comment, man. What killed me about Game of Thrones Season 8 was what happened to the prophecy of the son of a king. Jon Snow was supposed to kill the Night King, not Arya, just saying. So yeah, basically, let me add to that, is a lot of the things just really didn't have a good meaning. Like, what does Jon Snow coming back to life mean now? What does the prophecy mean now? The stuff the Red Woman was saying for like all these seasons, and she just goes and dies, and they kind of like left things just totally up in the air and unexplained, which is really not, the tradition of Game of Thrones. You wait for these explanations. So, what do you think of that?
I mean, I agree with that 100%. And it's like, what the fuck is Bran doing? Like, what is his master plan? Let's just let Danny burn down King's Landing. Great fucking plan. If he can change the future and see the future, good job. That doesn't make any sense. God, there are so many things that could have gone differently. Um, Euron, I think, shouldn't have even been in the show. He should have just been a different character. Just call him a different name. That's not really the guy. That's sort of like, I mean, it's like I bring in Darth Vader into my adaptation of Star Wars, and he's a bounty hunter. Yeah, no
Yeah.
force, no lightsaber. And that's like it's almost like they're giving us things on purpose for us to shit on. You know, you have to be very ignorant to not see these things. I mean, if I'm the guy running these things, it has to be that Hollywood mentality. I'm telling you, that's all it is the Hollywood mentality. Because when I'm looking over the takes and it's almost like what they did is they just filmed a plot outline.
What would you say? What would you say if I was pondering that they were deliberately destroying these franchises and making them end negative and people not like them for some reason? Because it really doesn't seem too hard to make satisfying conclusions or a good Star Wars. I mean, what do you think of that?
My head went the same place. I had the same thought.
Yeah, it's like it seems deliberate. It's like an amateur writer. Like I don't even want to mention age. As long as you could write and have an understanding of these stories, you could probably come up with better stuff than they're coming up with these days. So it's hard to believe that they're really trying to make good entertainment.
I mean, it's like I said, it's the Hollywood mentality. It's got to be ignorance because I mean, my head went the same place, but there's not a concerted effort to make shitty endings. I mean, I would be shocked if that's true, but I had the same thought. It's just ignorance. It's like they think whatever they touch is gold, and that's just not the case. When you
Okay.
have something, go ahead. Sorry.
No, John, the dog show. He's got a channel too. A lot of people have a channel, but okay. He says HBO wouldn't want that though. It would hurt the future series. But I think this might be something that's just over HBO's head, and the people who are doing this, they're not concerned about money so much, apparently. If they wanted money, they could just sell the thing out and pander a little more. And I don't know, if you get what I'm saying, it just doesn't seem like they care so much about the money, especially with Star Wars. What do they care? I mean, Mark Hamill was the biggest draw they're ever going to have in Star Wars for the rest of history, and they just cut him out. I'm like, okay, well, let's just put these new Rey and Poe and Finn and see how that does. That doesn't seem like they wanted money to me personally.
Well, it's gotten to a point where it doesn't affect me. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I have my opinions, and that's fine. But there are just so many little things about Game of Thrones. I mean, you're 100% right. You said Jon should have killed the Night King, and that's 100% true. It just, oh, did you see the behind the scenes? It just didn't feel right, is what they said. What does that mean? It didn't feel right.
Even if he didn't kill him, I think there should have been a little bit more of like a team effort. Like, okay, if Arya got the killing blow, that's okay, but she did basically like a Super Nintendo move. Like she smashed the button and boom, just
Why
jumped
is
over.
it okay? But why is it okay?
I don't know. It's okay because, like you said before, just shock value, subverting expectations, and
I don't like that stuff.
Actually, they said she was supposed to kill the Night King for a long time. People have told me this for years, by the way, that Arya's going to kill him. So apparently it was planned. That's just the way it happened.
No, it's stupid. I mean, they set up Jon to do it. Jon and him, that was his nemesis. I mean, what would you do if in Return of the Jedi, Leia comes out of nowhere and shoots Vader or shoots Palpatine?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What the hell?
to get off track for a second, one of the things that bothered me of the final Nolan Batman trilogy was Catwoman killed Bane out of nowhere.
What the fuck is with that shit? You're absolutely right.
And I really, I was like, what the hell? You know, what the hell? You know, it's just like, Yeah, John says Akbar. Yeah, obviously it's Akbar. Akbar's a slightly different situation, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Akbar was a good character, but I wouldn't have him do the hyperspace ram. I just think that whole concept is retarded. I mean, I would have him just go down fighting. I mean, what if this is what I would do just off the top of my head? Akbar takes a small cluster of ships to divert half of the enemy fleet and goes down fucking guns a blazing, fucking Apocalypse Now style.
Mm-hmm. Well, if Akbar did some kind of like suicide move, but not hyperspace move, that would be okay too. Because a hyperspace move, it's not only Holdo. You know, it's like a double whammy. Is that like Holdo's bad and the move is kind of bad. So it's like hits you twice. But if if it was Akbar sacrificing himself with like a non-hyperspace move, then that would be kind of cool.
Well, the only thing that makes sense for Star Wars is that actually makes sense, and they're not going to do this, is that Rey is a double agent.
No, I'll tell you something that makes sense actually. Is if Rey is a Force child like Anakin was, it explains a lot of things. Think about it. No, think about it. Okay, let's say Palpatine. Okay, so first of all, Anakin was like Rey. She was on a desert planet, and Palpatine went to Shimi, and you probably never thought about it. It really makes sense. I've been thinking about it. And he puts Anakin in, Shimi, and now Anakin learned. How did Anakin learn his powers? If you remember, he's like, "Oh, what am I doing? I'm flying a Federation ship," and he just gets his powers. Okay, kind of similar to Rey in Episode 1. That also explains why she doesn't have.
Palpatine was on Jakku.
Yeah, I know exactly. It all adds up. That and Rey also doesn't have parents. That would also kind of explain, if Luke Skywalker knew about it, why he wouldn't be reluctant to train Rey. Because he's like, "Oh, well, you're a Force child. My father was a Force child. I can't trust those. I don't want to train you." That makes more sense. Think about it. It makes sense of so many things about Rey. It also makes sense why she could be Kylo, because she can't be Kylo, some random Skywalker Kenobi. They need training too. If she's a Force child made from the Force, Kylo isn't.
But Anakin lost to Dooku.
We got a super chat. First one ever. Keep up the good work, John. Yeah, I owe you one, man. I'm definitely going to get you back on that. But I hate to say it. It's John Jon. It's John Jon. And no one's ever going to get it right for the rest of my life. It's been since high school, but yeah, I appreciate that, man. I'll definitely get you back for that. I'll probably give you like a $2 loan because I'm cheap. So I'll probably take like $3 and run, but that's just how I am. But by the way, Jay, I'd like to get you on here if you want. I just don't know if I get a third person if the sound's going to work, because I had proper Jeremy on last time. The sound kind of fucked up on me, but we could try it.
Yeah, fine with me. What about Dog? Is he still around?
Yeah, he's around, but I'm gonna take a 3PO if he wants it, because we've been waiting a little while.
Okay.
Well, we haven't actually been waiting a little while, but yeah,
Well, just so Dog knows, I'd be happy to do a show with him sometime.
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll work on that. But I might have to eject the third person because I don't know if I'll be able to hear it with my setup, because I'm so like thumbs with this, all thumbs with this. I can never do lives. That's a whole different story. But I do this like so infrequently that I'm so bad at it. Jay says I'll give it a shot. All right, I'll tweet you the. I'm gonna tweet Jay the link, and I know. Well, I guess Zach, maybe your location's secret. Is your location secret? Okay. So anyway, Jay's from Florida. So if you know those Floridian types.
Well, just so everybody knows, I mean, it's because some crazy people out there. I'll leave it at that.
I don't think we're very concerned. It's all right.
No, I'm not taking no chances.
I didn't say nothing, man. All right, I DM Jay on Twitter. You know, not like this is like some big lie. We just got a little thing going here. Senate says
Well,
fatal Jay. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just have a couple more Game of Thrones just to get this out of my system.
Go right ahead, man. That's what you're here for.
We didn't need 2 episodes of build-up. We
For what?
didn't. For season 2, we didn't need 2 episodes of them preparing.
Oh, you mean like the right episode 1 was kind of just build up.
And 2. Nothing
Right.
happened in 2 either. We did not need them riding dragons together. We did not need all this bullshit. We did not need 10 hours of fucking.
Good point.
That should have been, the battle should have started at the end of the first episode. Okay, you could show John riding the dragon. You can show some stuff. Show Brienne get knighted. Cut the rest of that fucking shit with Tyrion walking around saying nothing really important. We don't need that. We don't need Jaime even fucking riding in with that long drawn out take. Just show him walking up in like, oh shit, he's here. We don't need this big long dramatic fucking 2 episodes, which was, I think, 2 hours, 2.5 hours of screen time focused on nothing, and then the Night King dies in his first episode. No. Have the attack begin at the end of the first episode. Have the second episode, that's your fucking battle. Night King doesn't die. In your third episode, shit is still hitting the fan, and halfway through the third episode, Arya, you got some of your other people, the Hound and Jaime, they take on the Night King's generals. I want to see those generals in action with their swords and all that stuff. They're fighting the generals, and John gets the jump on the Night King. Those two are sort of off on their own. They fight each other in a brutal fucking battle, and then you kill the Night King.
Mm-hmm.
We did not need 2 episodes of build. It's so stupid.
You know what? That's a great point. I didn't even think of that. Well, obviously, I didn't think of that when it was, when I first saw it. I'm just like, oh, okay. I actually enjoyed, the first episode was like kind of cool, but I don't know. I didn't think of it in terms of you're saying now, like, if they could have skipped that, my hair's messed up. I guess they could have skipped that, and that would have been better. Save more time for more build up, and less people would have been triggered about Daenerys because they could have, dropped some bigger hints on what was going to happen.
It's not all that important in the scope of things. I mean, you can show that, but we don't need 2. We don't need 2 episodes of that. Firstly, and I was very disappointed to see Varys go out in this last episode as well. I don't think he should have been killed or executed. And somebody told me, and you can maybe tell me if this is true. I'm not sure. If was Varys trying to poison Dany? Is that what was going on? He's trying to poison her food.
Yeah, that was what I heard. I agree with you. Varys, he just would not, I don't know. What can I say? Like, he would have had a backup plan. He wouldn't just be like, okay, you got me. Think of his, background, his experience level of dealing. He said something like, oh, I work with the most, rules in, like, out of anybody, and this one's going to execute me. So I got no backup plan. Just, okay, execute me.
It's really kind of stupid. And that guy is supposedly supposed to be the J. Edgar Hoover of Game of Thrones.
We got Stephanie B. She's got to teach a class.
She's a yoga instructor.
Yeah, I knew that, man.
You can hear me okay? Is it working? We got 3 people in. We good?
Yeah, it's great, man. Also, Wookiee Lives Matter, giving me some good support. And Dion Macriff, if I said your last name right, man. So Jay is from Florida, and Jay is drunk 3PO. You all know him, and I might have a drink, actually.
What time is it over there in
8:30
Tokyo?
Oh, it's 9 a.m., but I ignore time. It doesn't matter. I'm alone, and that's all that matters. It could be 3. It doesn't matter what time it is. So
you know what? That is a great thumbnail. I love that icon.
Thank you, sir. A good friend of mine made it for me, and then now it's on like T-shirts and cups and everything. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
that hard
been.
to believe. You could put anything on a shirt or cup.
That's
I
true.
believe, I believe
I'm
it,
just
man.
shocked that I've sold almost 42 shirts, and I'm like, who will be my number 50? That'll be
That's where
really
the
Yeah,
fun.
fucking money is. Nobody's getting ad revenue.
it's
Well,
coming in slowly. But let's stick to like Game of Thrones and stuff.
Okay.
Like we could talk about YouTube stuff like anytime.
oh
Um,
yeah.
So Jay, let me ask Jay the first question I asked Zach is what was your like biggest disappointment for so far?
I feel this for me personally, I just feel the season is overly rushed. I feel like it's sad because they had a whole year off to put it together, and then it just seems like they just rushed everything. Like they didn't take time. I mean, from the coffee cup appearing, from Jamie's hand appearing, like it just feels like there was just no care involved in this season. They're
Right.
just like,
Well, what was your
we're
biggest
moving on to
disappointment?
Star Wars. Let's get this done. Okay, we're out. Like that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
So
What I meant was as far as storyline, plot line, what was your who, if I could
I,
say, was your biggest
oh, Jon Snow. Jon doesn't do anything. He basically has
right,
one
right,
line.
right.
He's got one
Yeah,
line this season. He says, "You're my queen." That's all he says, like 20 times an
that's
episode.
true.
You're my
Yeah,
queen. Don't worry. You're my queen. Don't worry. You're my queen. I mean, that's it. And you're just kind of like, honestly, I didn't mind Arya killing the Night King. If like, it would have been cool if he had a big sword fight duel with Jon, and Jon was losing or something, and Arya. So I personally wouldn't have minded that, but the Night King was also a disappointment. You hyped him up for like 8th season, and all he does is walk around, and then he walks through fire, and you're just like, okay, something good's about to happen. No,
He was
he goes
so
to see
badass.
Bran, and you're like, what is he seeing Bran for? And then
oh,
Arya stabs him, and that's
Zach,
it.
we actually got Abu Nas showed up. Maybe he'll join you.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't
Yeah,
know, man. Yeah,
but
yo, Abu Nas, man. Abu Nas met my friend Rob like a week ago in person. I'm so jealous. I'm in Japan. I'm not gonna meet anybody. And Rob's like, I met Abu Nas, man. Send me a picture. I'm like, don't tell me that. I'll never meet anybody in my life. So thanks, man. Well, Stephanie's coming to Japan. So yeah, that I got that to look forward to. But aside
I
from
mean,
that,
I go to China, man. I've never been to Tokyo.
oh man, Tokyo's the best, dude. Tokyo's the best. I
I
love it.
want to go, but a lot of my work is in Beijing. Maybe one of these days I'll hop over. Like,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. If you come here, man, I'm not too far from the airport. I'll definitely take off a day of work or a day or two of work, and
All right,
definitely
that's
show
a
you
plan.
around.
That's a
Yeah,
plan. That's a plan.
but I don't want to get personal, but you're a single guy.
Me? No, I'm married.
Oh, then it won't be as fun as it would have been. But all right, that's cool too. That's totally fine.
But I would usually travel alone, so it'd be all right.
Right. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. No,
No, it's all good. Hey, man. Hey, you never forget your first super chat. So I will always be tattooed in your brain in your
yeah, no,
YouTube universe.
no, dude, you're from Florida, so I wouldn't have forgot you anyway. I live in Florida. I'm sure I told you this. So
Yeah.
we're off topic. I apologize. We're talking about Game of Thrones. So I asked Jay like what was his biggest disappointment. And by the way, Jay, do you have any questions you could throw at us? Things you're
No,
curious about?
I was listening, while I was riding and heading home, and it was just, yeah, you guys are spot on. It's like this. I don't understand, like this.
I think we lost him.
Yeah.
Gone down is like amazing. They had a whole year off. It just seems like they were like whatever.
Jay, you totally cut out. Can you say that one more time if you don't mind?
Oh man, sorry. Yeah, sometimes it happens over here.
That's
It's just
okay.
that I agree with you guys. Like this season could have been the best ever, but they just felt like they rushed it and got it out. Like that's it. So I agree with everything y'all were saying. So
6 episodes is, just a bad idea. It was just a stupid idea. We should have had 10 episodes. That's what they used to do. They did 10, and then they said, no, we'll do 7 for season 7. I thought season 7 was good. I thought season 7 was excellent.
I thought it was
So
fine. I had no problems.
I liked it a lot. I just feel like to end it out though, you need 10 episodes. But you know, even with 6 episodes, there are just so many glaring mistakes. I mean, easily fixable stuff too. It's like you know, just put armor on the dragon, and then the dragon can wipe out the fleet. Show some arrows hitting the armor. It doesn't go through. There's your fucking answer. You don't even have to show them making the armor.
I
Right.
agree.
Exactly the same, but he's got armor.
All right, Abu
There's a
Natsu
lot of
not
stuff they
joining
could have done.
So, but thank you, Abu, for that. That's cool. Some of the time. Yeah. So are you guys? I guess I'll give this one to Zach. Are you looking forward to the final episode? Like you're like, all right, yeah, I want to see this ends. Or you're like, yeah, now you don't care as much.
No, I do. I do want to see what happens. You know, yeah, I look forward to it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
invested. I'm invested to see how they're gonna finish it. But yeah, I agree completely. They should have done 10 episodes. I feel personally, and if I cut out again, just stop me so I can go on. It happens here when it's like stormy in Florida. But the I feel personally this is taking a lot of like the Sopranos. I don't know if you remember the show The Sopranos.
Yeah, I worked for
Big
a
fan.
event in New York City. Actually, I really remember The Sopranos.
Oh, nice. So they did the same thing. They took an entire year off. Maybe it's an HBO thing. I don't know. They took an entire year off and then gave us the last season with like only 6 episodes. And they did the exact same thing. They killed off all the B plus players. Then they started hunting down the A plus players. And then the last episode was basically Tony eating in a bar. Like, and that was it. And you're just kind of like, really?
Well, if you guys remember, that was another ending people hated.
I
think
hated it.
I think he got killed.
But we never know. We'll never know.
You never know, man. It
That's my
just wasn't
opinion.
fair enough, man. It
My
doesn't.
opinion.
What's opinion?
Oh yeah,
What's
a lot of people like
opinion? We don't know
there's a
what
lot of
opinion.
opinions on that, but it was just like yeah, the ending was just like at least give us
I don't
something.
care what your opinion is. I want to know what happened. I want to see some great final scene, or at least some effort to make some great final scene. I got my opinion about it too. You know, I think Tony Wen ate a bunch of cannolis and got drunk. That's my opinion. So
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. I would have taken that.
you know what I mean? Like,
For me, he's dead.
What's The Sopranos? The Senate wants to know what Sopranos was an old. It's on HBO. If you have HBO, it's a mafia show about the New Jersey mob. It was one of my all-time favorite TV dramas.
oh, if you guys don't
For
mind,
years.
let me get to the chat real quick. This
No, go ahead.
Hybrid 95. I'll give this one to Jay. Jamie's time back in King's Landing was a bit random. TBH, like fighting Euron Greyjoy didn't make too much sense to me.
Well,
I
want to
think
ask
Jamie's alive.
Right, right.
I want to ask both of you before we move on. Favorite Sopranos scene?
Oh my God.
Oh, dude.
Christopher at Tony's mother's funeral was amazing. I don't know if I don't know
Oh
if
man,
that's
there's
my
so
favorite.
many.
You know what I mean? When he got like blown out, and he was at Tony's like, what if maybe there's more than one? I forgot her name, Mrs. Soprano or something like that. And there's one line when there's like a carnival ride, and like a kid's teeth get knocked out, and Paulie's nephew calls him, was like, Paulie, kid lost his teeth. He's like, what am I, a fucking dentist now? I was like, okay. Shit was hilarious.
The show, I mean, even when Tony killed Chris, like that, all that stuff just I don't know. I think almost every murder that was like pinpointed was like one of my favorite scenes because you kind of saw it coming, but you didn't see it coming. So
okay, how about let's get to Game of Thrones season.
Well, let me do mine. Who was?
Sure. I'm sorry.
Who was that dude with the white hair who came out of prison and they had to send him back?
Oh, I forgot his name. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Anyway.
I know exactly who you're talking about too.
I think my favorite.
Well, I got to go back and watch that series.
It's like it's a tie between, and I love all the murder stuff, but I think my favorite scene is where Tony realizes he's got to get rid of that guy because he's not laughing. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That's probably one of my favorite scenes. I also like the final scene between Junior and Tony.
When he's in the nursing home?
Yeah, and what does he say? He's like,
can you hear me in there or something like that?
Like, you used to run Jersey. He said, you used to run Jersey, you know.
And he's like, that was nice or something. What did he say?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Nice. But he doesn't remember nothing.
Right.
So we think.
I gotta tell you something real quick off top. The last live Jay and I did got 1,800 views.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't know why, man. If you ever check that. Sorry, we're really off topic. Sorry to interrupt, but that just came to my head.
That's what makes live streams so great, because you could just go off topic.
Right. I like to stick to it, though, because as a listener, I like people to stay with stuff. Like, I don't have time. So if I listen to a live, you know, I usually like to stick to issues. But can I get back? I'm going to ask you guys both the same question. I'll go in alphabetical order, and J comes before Z, unless I go backward. But no, all right, just kidding. Since I'm being a dick, I'll give it to Zach first. What's your favorite death in Game of Thrones?
Oh my God.
Maybe not top. What's the one that stands out right now to you?
Give it to Jay first. Let
Death?
me think about it.
All right, Jay, go.
Like death?
Death. Actually,
Joffrey.
death. Actually died in
Joffrey.
Okay. I found that a little. I don't know.
I didn't want him to.
I
didn't want him to die. I wanted him to live through the whole thing because I thought his
Me
character
too.
was fantastic. So that, I guess that was the most shocking. Then you got the Red Wedding where everybody died, and then you know, I just thought those deaths, and then Joffrey's little brother, like that was a shock. I mean, he just jumped out the window. You're just
yeah.
Okay, well that's that.
My favorite death is the death of the High Sparrow.
Really?
Okay.
When they blew up the Sept. That was my, and that's like, you know, 40 deaths. So you had Marjorie in there, you had her father in there, you had a bunch of main people. That's probably my favorite. Walder Frey getting what's coming to him was good. There's been so many fucking deaths. The Ramsay Bolton's death was really good.
Right. See, my thing is I didn't like Joffrey dying, but I thought that the way that he was killed off was like, okay, that was pretty cool. So, you know, and then that twisted the whole show for me because he was just a terrible, I mean, his character was so perfect because he was just so rude and ugly. I mean, he just was a terrible, like everybody wanted him to die. And in that case, you're like, well, I want him to live because you need like the bad guy.
Well, that's
you know
the
what
thing.
I mean?
I didn't want Joffrey to die at all. I didn't care if Joffrey just won the whole thing and continued till the end of the season and killed everyone, really.
Oh, I was happy he died.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I hated that.
Abu Nas says, Joffrey, that little shit had to go. I was going to jump to the screen and kill him myself, laugh out loud.
Yeah, if you feel that way, Abu Nath, that means he did his job as an actor excellent. You know, like that was the thing. So
anymore, there was no place for Joffrey in the story at that point.
Oh, we got Star Wars for life. I tweeted it out and I tagged you in the tweet, so I assumed that you saw the tweet. But thank you for stopping by, Ruth. And yeah, I figured you'd know. I'm sorry. Can you guys talk for a second? I really gotta get a drink. Is that okay? About 4 minutes.
Yep.
Well,
I'm gonna bounce here a little bit though. I'll give it 20 minutes.
No, that's no problem. I think my favorite battle scene, I guess what I was hoping was after the Battle of the Bastards, you know, when Jon is just standing there and hundreds of white horses were like charging at him full speed. I was hoping like this last season would be like every episode like that. And when it wasn't, oh my gosh, man, that was like some of the best cinematography. When he's just standing there and he pulls his sword out and like you're just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And hundreds of horses are running right at him. Was such to me, that was like probably one of the best film scenes in the entire series.
Battle of the Bastards is excellent. I think my favorite, that's probably my second favorite battle. I think my first is the wagon train battle.
Yeah, they filmed those things so well. Hybrid says the best battle was between the Wildlings and the Night's Watch. That wasn't bad either. They film, and you know what? Like the first when they were going after the Night King and they lit the witch lit the
Alright.
swords on fire and they took off into the dark and then you see the swords like quietly disappear. I was like, that was a cool thing. But then everything got so dark. I'm like turning the brightness up on my
I
TV.
don't put that in the tier with the others.
No, I
You
don't
know,
put
it
that
was
in tier.
good.
What I'm saying was when that happened, I'm thinking in my head, okay, this is gonna be an amazing fight scene, but then all it did was get so dark that I couldn't even see what was going on. And I was like, I was so let down. So
Well, what about the fucking long night?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just
Oh, you're talking about the long night. I thought you were talking about when the Night King went and killed the Raven.
no. Like so this season when they were when they were ready to go and the witch came and set everyone's sword on fire and they like rode off into the darkness.
She was awesome, though. She was great. All of her shit in that episode was fantastic. I
Do you
mean,
guys mean the best battle, or is the fight count too like a one-on-one?
Well, we were talking about our best battles, and I was saying
Okay.
like in this season when the major fight with the Night King was going to happen with John and the dragons and everyone else, I was like, this is going to be the greatest. And it's for me, it started off really epic with them riding off into the sunset with their torches, with their swords on fire, and then like they slowly get snuffed out, and I'm going, oh my gosh, here it comes. And then the whole episode was so dark I couldn't even see what was going on. I'm like turning the brightness up
Yeah.
on my television set. I'm like, what a wasted opportunity. It has just been every single episode has had like sloppy, just sloppy cinematography and editing. It's like it was rushed. Then the next episode, you see the Starbucks coffee cup,
well,
and
there
it's
are
just like
things.
they're not. They're just like trying to get. They just filmed it to get it over with. It's
There
bad, and
are
that's just
things
my
that
opinion. So.
there's things that people point out that bother them that don't really bother me, like Brienne and Jamie almost getting killed many times, and Samwell surviving, and that sort of thing doesn't really bother me as much as the important stuff. Those little small things. I can deal with the coffee cup, but don't give me this bullshit of the Night King dies in his first, proper fight scene. Don't give me that.
No, that's what I'm saying, and all that. But see, all that stuff. Like, if the coffee cup scene was the only thing we could laugh at, that's one thing. But when you having cinematic issues with every single episode, it just shows that there are people not taking. When they have to come out and apologize for that scene being too dark, then they got to come out and talk about, well, it happens all the time that there's coffee cups. Then you got to come out and then say, well, Jamie's hand just kind of snuck in there even though it was cut off. It's just like, to me, it's just kind of like you never see that many issues in a season. And so if that was the case, they just rushed through the editing process because they just wanted to get done with it for whatever reason, in my opinion. Like they just kind of like rushed through this whole thing. So
Well, this may be their downfall is that they signed. I don't know if you guys heard this. This is was said by Sir Barristan. That was the guy who was the old man in charge of the King's Guard, and he went with Danny. Was that his name, Barristan?
Yeah, that's it.
That guy, the actor who plays that guy, did a speech or did a Q&A
yeah, he
recently
ripped
and
him.
said, well, did you hear what he said about the books?
No, tell me.
He said the books have been done for a long time and that D&D had George sign an agreement for a bunch of money that George would not release. And both books, both of them are complete. according to the guy who played Sir Barristan.
Yep.
And that George wouldn't release until the series ended.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that would be a blockbuster news. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
that news is in a video I just uploaded an hour ago. He just Sir Barristan, not Sir Barristan, but the actor just said that the books have actually been done for quite a while, and everyone's.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of cool. It's like George Martin subverted people's expectations in real life that the books weren't done, and now they are done. So, but,
Jeez.
He seems credible to me. I mean, I don't know why he would make something up. He could have bad info, though. You know.
Well, I guess we'll find out in a few months, won't we?
Yeah, we have. Look, I said like 2 days ago in a video that I'm thinking for whatever reason. This is my theory. I'm not, that the endings could be bad because then everyone's going to want to buy the books to get the bad ending out of their mind.
Well, D&D thought it would be a good thing for them, so whatever that's worth. But well, I don't know if you guys knew this, but George Lucas actually was a guest director on this season for the first episode.
That episode was fine, the first episode. Content-wise, I don't know. Maybe people thought it was boring like you went into, Zach, about the setup wasn't necessary. But I think the actual episode and direction, and I think it was fine,
Well, did you know, though, that it was Lucas was doing some directing? George Lucas.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he was on the set, and there was a lot of pictures of him walking around the set and meeting everyone. But that's kind of cool if he spoke into a few things. I didn't have a problem with that.
Is that he directed a few scenes.
That's cool. By the way, if anyone's not subscribed to Drunk 3PO, I dropped the link. Definitely has some entertaining stuff. And
thanks, man. You didn't have to do that.
Just for 1 second, I think Drunk, your last video was on what John Williams said about episode 9, right? Was your latest video? So,
correct.
If you remember, John Williams, I don't know if you heard this news, Zach, but John Williams said that he doesn't like Rey's character. So for me, that gives John Williams more credibility. So
he said he was happy with the course correction JJ was doing.
Right.
And you're like, really? Course correction?
Right.
Interesting.
So for me, that's kind of a good sign,
My old man likes Rey. My father does. Can you believe that? He's happy with everything.
Okay. I don't mind Rey as a concept, as a character. I just don't like the actual things she does. But Rey as a character is fine. She was supposed to be Kira. George Lucas wanted to have a girl as the next Jedi. It's not, that. It's that she's just very unexplained and mysterious. And that's not what Part 7 of a continuing saga needs. Part 7 needs connections and logical conclusions to what came before it. They're acting as if it's just a reboot. People forget this.
He refuses to reach the conclusion that she sucks.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I just think that they just injected so much power into her, and no training, she just can do no wrong, and what Rian Johnson did with her was make her so unbelievably gifted in every single thing. It just made it unbelievable. And so when you're at that point, you're just kind of like, well, what's the point? Then just let Rey show up and she'll solve everything. So there's no conflict. Right now her biggest conflict is she going to fall in love with a guy that murdered his own father and millions of people? And I'm like, oh God, if they do the Reylo thing, that's really a bad thing, in my opinion.
They perform, and then whatever little thing about it we get is, the Reylo shippers are going to blow up about and be like, see, told you, look at this scene 37 here where they look in each other's eye and you could see a little, it's going to be like,
I know.
Kylo Ren looks like Anakin's retarded stepbrother.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, it's kind of weird that they made everything so similar. There's nothing that they wanted to take a risk with in Star Wars. I mean, they even gave Kylo the same fucking haircut. Why would you give him the same haircut?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the scar, the same scar.
They're related, maybe. I don't know.
It's just stupidity. And I think, don't have stormtroopers have a new fucking enemy. Give them a different outfit, give them a different armor, give them a different color. Change no more Imperial ships, change the design. I mean, why is everything fucking, I thought the Empire was done. If the
Yeah, we
Empire
do.
is done and I'm a new army, why do I have the same fucking everything as the previous people?
Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
the issue. That's what some of the issues we're having. It's like, where'd the First Order come from? Who was Snooky or Snook? I call it Snooky. And then who was like who? But oh well.
well, they've got one chance to explain it. So,
Snoke is practically Palpatine. They're the same fucking character. I mean,
well, what I
give me.
heard was that Palpatine kind of got Snoke to look over the First Order from him while he was gone as like a puppet head, like a figurehead. So Snoke was never actually the lead guy, and like Palpatine was in the driver's seat all along, kind of. So this means
I never heard that.
For having
is that true?
I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard.
We'll find out in a few months.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, nothing's Yeah, it's getting closer, isn't it? Yeah, wow, it's getting close, getting closer.
I thought it was stupid to have another old man evil guy. Why do we need another Palpatine wannabe? Give me like a younger, like Darth Maul type Sith Lord who doesn't speak with the Palpatine type voice and the laugh and all that shit. Give me a killer. I wanted like a Thanos type bad guy.
What if they just started with Kylo as, the leader, the complete leader?
He sucks. His whole character sucks. He's just a weak little pussy, and he can't scare a fucking mouse.
He's a little bit different. I'm saying if it's him as the leader, not the person.
I hate his name. I don't even like his fucking name. His name sucks. Snoke, Kylo, those are fucking disgusting names that are not terrifying. Vader, Maul. Dooku, yeah, I'll give you Dooku. Okay, that's the sound. It's like sounds like it's Dookie, right? But whatever.
I like names to start with J, so okay, that's cool.
Well, fucking give me a. Huh? Were you talking to John?
No, I was just taking a drink listening to you guys.
Oh, I'm listening too.
Well, like Palpatine. That sounds creepy. Phasma?
Right. Phasma? Yeah, sounds like on the periodic chart, like in science class, like we'll be learning about Phasma,
Well, isn't Phasma a real thing, or is it something similar to that? Phasma
is a real element, yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, it's a real element.
They got these stupid names, Snoke is. I hated when they announced the name was Snoke. I hated that fucking name. Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I don't have a huge problem with the names. I mean, if the characters are good, I guess I'll have favorite names and not favorite names, but
I don't care what they call them. Just give me a good story, and they didn't. So now make fun of them all you want.
Grievous. That's a scary fuck. General Grievous, the Jedi.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, give me let's have the main bad guy instead of Kylo Ren like Darth Malachus. Oh shit, fucking Darth Malachus. Kylo
Ren, pretty much.
Darth Bane. Oh shit, but fucking I don't know. And the character
yeah, but it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered what kind of name they gave him. The way they wrote the story just totally.
Kylo Ren
just
looks like that creepy kid who sits in the back of your classroom in a trench coat. Is what he looks like. He's not intimidating. He looks like you could just and this might be a guy thing, but I feel like I could kick his fucking ass, easily if he had no force, no lightsaber. And I've even said that I could probably beat up Ronda Rousey. I think. Let me ask you this: could a middle-aged fat guy stand against Ronda Rousey?
I say no.
I have absolutely no idea. I guess not.
But it's fun. Well, I mean, I hate to go off topic here, but
okay.
They did this thing. I don't know if you guys saw this, but they put some random fucking dude in on the court with a female professional basketball player, and he beat her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Talk about subversion, whatever, but like Atomic Blonde, I can't see that chick taking out 8 fucking armed Russian what's that agency in Russia? What's their FBI?
KGB.
KGB?
I can't see her taking out 8 KGB guys.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that's why I just look at that as movie magic, sort of. And again, I just look for good stories.
So
Because like I liked when Black Widow beat everybody up. I had no problem with that. I had
love
no problem.
Black Widow.
Kill
Yeah.
Bill, like one of the best movies of all time for me. in that
Yeah,
regard.
Kill Bill was pretty
was-
awesome.
Oh my god. Well,
So-
I got fucking sad when they killed off Black Widow.
Oh yeah,
That
that
hurt.
was
That was
a
tough.
rough one. That was a rough one. Are people still like Endgame happy over there in Tokyo?
I didn't hear anything about it really. I'm not the best judge because I just go to work and I don't talk
Gotcha.
entertainment.
But, hey,
As far as
hey,
the
man,
advertisements and stuff, there wasn't much, but I didn't see a single TV ad. I didn't see nothing. Like when Solo came out, I actually did a video. There was like no advertisement for Solo, so it's like really different around here with like the advertisement and hype. Last Jedi had some hype here a little bit because they were saying it was better than Empire Strikes Back on posters here. So,
Wow.
not better. What they said in Japan on every advertisement, better plot twist than Empire Strikes Back on all the Last Jedi posters and advertisements.
Wow.
So,
Wow, they really
Yeah.
went for it.
yeah, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. I was like, and this was after I saw the movie. I was seeing those, so that kind of pissed me off a little bit because obviously it's just shock value bullshit versus like one of the best twists of all time. So,
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
but to answer your question, not much hype here about Endgame. Students saw it. I'm a teacher, and students saw it. People talked about it, but it was no big deal. Infinity War had a much bigger impact here.
I thought Endgame was. I enjoyed it. I had a couple of problems with it, but overall, I give it a 7 out of 10. But when I go and buy stuff for my collection, I'm going to buy Infinity War. I ain't buying Endgame.
Mm.
Why not?
I don't have the need to watch it again.
Yeah, I saw it 3 times.
I thought it
Yeah,
was
I saw-
okay. I mean, I think it was fine. I'm not so invested in Marvel, so I just watch the movies. I'm like, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, those are my 2 go-to, Marvel and Star Wars. And sadly, Star Wars has been kind of funky lately, or a lot lately. And so I wanted to see it in IMAX and all the other, to see. It was just as it was just awesome. The crowd, here was they're just as jumpy and screamy and everything, which I really like. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, my crowd sucked.
To me, that's cool.
I always get a shitty crowd.
Oh, that's
what
terrible.
the fuck can you do? It might just be where I live. These gentrified people, but it is what it is. Yeah,
See,
forget
I
what
don't.
was
I in exciting movies like that, I love a screamy, like everybody laughs at the jokes, everybody applauds when, Captain Marvel. I mean, pardon me, Captain America got his hammer. Everybody just like applauded and screamed. It was just so cool. It just made the experience much better for me. Like it was really cool. So
Well, hey, John, man, I'm gonna bounce. I'm a little
Yeah,
tired.
that's cool.
But,
hey man, good to stream with you, my friend. Good to stream with you.
Hey, you too, man, and thanks for having me.
All right. So yeah, I'm just chilling here. It's not like a huge live, so
So you off work today?
Yeah, well, actually, my wife is away. That's why I'm doing a live. So I'll probably. All right, Ruth is back. Ruth, you could come in here if you want. Ruth could come in here.
You teach English, right?
Yeah, I teach English. Well,
Yeah, so I teach English too, and here is my studio. My regular camera's not on, so it's like my fuzzy laptop. This is like my backdrop.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. I don't know how to actually get my Logitech online. I bought a new, but I think it looks okay enough. I don't know.
So
But
when I teach Chinese students English, I'm just like, hey, yeah,
oh, you teach like the online?
good job, Maggie. I do VIP
Yeah,
kids
I
part
mean
time,
English
and
teachers
then
are
I'm
stretch.
yeah, and then I do
I mean,
regular. I also teach fifth grade, so here in the States.
mhm. So what exactly? I can't remember if you said this or not, but what do you think? Not of Danny's like quick turn. What do you think of her like being a villain?
It's just weird. I don't know.
See, the thing is, like people are saying, like Martin
It's
set that up
hard to
all
see.
along. It's like a classic Game of Thrones twist: is that you're not really expecting it, and like who would make a better villain than Daenerys? Who's
Man,
more of a threat? Who would be the biggest badass last boss of Game of Thrones? There's the Night King, and then it would be Daenerys.
see, I was hoping that the Night King would have forced them,
Mm-hmm.
all the way back, and then they would have to join forces with everybody. But during
Mm-hmm.
that battle with the Night King's people, you know, Cersei, like Jamie and Cersei and the Lannisters and everybody would be backstabbing everyone, but still fighting, and it would just come down to like the last people still alive, like kind of thing, and that would be the end. Like that's what I was thinking was gonna happen, but I didn't, because once the Night King died, you're just kind of like, well, that was no big deal. They could have done that in season 2. I mean, no big. They could have just broke the wall down and just you
Um,
know, just got rid of that threat real quick. But
I'm gonna send Ruth a link.
that's
Ruth, can I send it to you on Twitter? Because I
sure.
can't find your email on my roster right now. So if I could send it on Twitter, that would help. Like a Twitter DM, like I sent to Jay.
I think she needs send me a yeah. I think she needs email only.
Email only. Email only. What was okay, Jay, do you have her email?
I do
I
not.
can't find my coming up in my list.
Abu
Ruth,
Nas
if
wants
you
to
could
see my face again. Here you go,
oh,
Abu
that's
Nas. It's
didn't
not.
someone say you were like the most handsome YouTuber or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know where the most handsome man on YouTube thing started. It just. I mean, who am I to disagree with it? I don't personally say it, but
Mm-hmm.
they just. I
Not,
don't know.
not bad. Not
Who
bad.
knows? Who knows, man? I'm still waiting to get monetized. Like, I'm in the.
Oh yeah, dude, I got so lucky. It took 3 days. Everyone's like, "Oh, it took 3 weeks, took a month." It happened in three
Yeah.
days for me, so can't complain there. You know.
No, I'm like
Um,
it'll come. It'll come eventually, and then I'll have more
yeah,
pressure
well,
to do
it's
stuff.
been a while for you now, right? It's been a while for you now, so it should be happening like any
I
day
hit my
now.
mark May. I hit my target May 9th. So, however, it's not been too bad. But I keep looking my email. Like, did I get the email today? Do you get an email, right, saying, "Hey, congratulations,"
Yes, yes.
and then you're all set to go?
It happened. It shocked me, man, because my friend was waiting to get monetized. It's like it took me 3 weeks, and I was like, okay, like the next day I got it in like 3 days. So I sent Ruth a Twitter DM because I can't find her email right now, and she can't like say it. But if you want to email me in my DM, I could put in your email there. So man, but did
Well,
you
watch
read?
after the last season, um, after Sunday night's episode, I'm going live with John Talks right after the episode.
Mhm, right.
And I guess he's been watching 5 seasons in like 3 weeks.
You know what? I was
So
I was gonna tell him, man, watch these because the ending's gonna blow up the internet. So I've been trying to get on with John for like 5 months. We can never work it out because I can't. All I could do is Gmail him and Hangouts him, and I think he doesn't respond to those so well. So I've been trying to get on with him for like 5 months, and he's been on with like literally everybody we know except me. So I'm like, yeah, like he's had every channel in the hour except me. Basically.
I haven't been
so
on the hour.
Well, you've been on lives with him.
I haven't been on the hour, but we're I guess I could say it. We're like just good friends in general. So it's probably one of those things.
Yeah.
Doom, your second super chat. Abu Nas is one of my best friends ever, and he has never sent me a penny for
Have you sent
anything.
him
And look at
super
that,
chat?
and then he sends you $5. Look at this guy,
Have you
man.
sent him super chats, Jay?
I send him super chats every time he's live streaming. And you know what Abu Nas does? He doesn't know how to read them. So I go in the chat. I'm like, Abu Nas, read the super chat. And so once I get like 10 people saying read the super chats, he goes, oh yeah, I got a super chat. And he'll read them. And I super chat all my friends, man. If I support you, you're gonna get, I mean, it ain't like $50, but I just want you to know I support what you're doing. I love your videos. I try to watch as many as I can. There's just so much stuff, there's a million people out there making videos, and I do my best to try to support everybody, man. Like that's because good karma comes back on you, and just support people and
I got
support
like
their
$20
work.
chats a month, and I just spread it out. So you won't see 5, 10 from me, but I get like as many channels as I can.
Oh man, I don't need
So,
man. You don't have to get me back. I'm supporting
know,
you, man. It's all good.
Let me
I'll
read
support.
his bio. Sending my love and support for my brother on the great work he's done on his channel. Well, I appreciate that, man. You are now second super chat. You know what they say: first is the worst, second is the best. So I guess you win out. That's
And he outdid me by a penny. How you like that?
Yeah. $4.99.
I gave a $4.99 and Abu Nas. Well, that's weird because I send a super chat on the iPhone and it won't let me round up. It does 99. I don't know why it does that.
Right. Well, it wants you to.
So Abu Nas outdoes me by 1 penny. Always gets me by 1 penny. This guy, I tell you, when we go get that Brooklyn pizza, when I get up there.
Well, don't fucking
He's
say
gonna
that.
pay a penny more. That's what it is.
Don't fucking say that shit in front of me, man. I got rice and fish and more rice and fish here, so.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like when I'm in China, that's all I eat.
Yeah, but you go back. So
is noodles.
You're not here permanently.
Because I don't. That's true. It's a long flight, man.
They just don't have bread. They don't have bread here. Bread doesn't taste the same here, and rice doesn't taste the same over there in the States. But I'd rather have the bread. So,
They don't have bread in China either, and when you do find it, it tastes like crap. So.
Yeah, exactly. There's better bread here than China because there's some. They have ketchup. They have Heinz ketchup. They have a lot of the processed same stuff as the States, but
you can't get Wonder Bread or white bread or anything like that. Yeah, it's definitely and the other thing about China is like you get nervous. I don't like to go places I'm not familiar with because I don't know what's coming on that plate. So
right.
I don't know what they've cooked, and I don't know what that meat on a stick is, like I'm like, okay, they say it's this, but it could be something else. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
But Japan is a different world, though. Japan's a different world than China. So.
Oh, it's very different. Sometimes things look like delicious here, especially meats, and you eat it, and it's like really not.
But you teach English, right?
Yeah, I do. You could say that.
Oh, sorry, but I think that's a cool job.
No, I mean I don't actually teach English. I kind of influence them to speak English. It's not like actually teaching verbs and nouns.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Because there's always those contracts out there all the time that are like, hey, come live in Japan, come live in China for 2 years and teach English, and come live here, come live there. So it's just I see that stuff all the time with our work. So it's pretty interesting. But Tokyo, man, have you been to Tokyo Disney?
Yeah, I've been there once.
And what are your thoughts?
Uh, it was it was all right. I mean, it's smaller than the. I've been to Orlando one 13 times when I was younger, so it just felt like a lot smaller. They've got a lot of interesting popcorn though.
Really?
Yeah, they've got like all kind of crazy flavored popcorns, so that's kind of cool.
Uh, D Disney, Shanghai Disney is one of the places that I went to once and will probably never ever go again because they let in about 3 billion people
Hmm.
and they don't understand how lines work. You know, like so people just they find an empty spot and they just walk up. So like you get cut all the time if you're not careful. And that's what they think is, I mean, that's what's like normal. So, I mean, we just did the rides that were different than what were in the States. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride was hands down fantastic. But the everything else was, oh man, it was just so many people. Like I just can't believe they let that many people. And like everything was 5 to 6 hour wait. Five to
Yeah,
six hour
yeah,
wait, bro,
that's
just for one ride.
man. And they have like the food restaurant, streets in Disneyland, like Mexican, Chinese, like all around the world. And you're like, all right, I could eat Mexican food. Like there's some Mexican in Tokyo. You got to go way out of your way. It's like a special event. And it was like fried chicken with lettuce and salsa sauce, like one of those KFC Twister wraps. And I'm trying to tell my wife, like, this is not Mexican food. Like, this really, really, they eat it. They're like, oh, Italian food's pretty good. Mexican food's pretty good. I'm like, no, this is not fucking Italian food. This is just not Italian food. So, I guess spaghetti here is like pretty good. It's kind of hard to mess up spaghetti, but aside from that,
But they serve like at Disney World in Shanghai, they serve squid. Like instead of so they have like a beef rib, right? So you can get a beef rib, a shrimp plate, or squid on a plate, and it's like
mhm.
the entire squid. And they plop it down on some rice, and people were eating
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah. That is,
and I'm like looking at it, going, I can't do it, man. I cannot
yeah,
do
that is.
this.
If it's like if it's cut up and fried like calamari you get in an Italian place, yeah, okay. But not like a squid plop down on. Hell no, hell no.
Yeah, no, they basically like gutted it, cooked it, and then plopped it on some rice, and they're like, and everybody was eating it up there, and I'm going, I'll have the beef rib, but you're right, you get the beef rib, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't even taste like. They just don't know how to. They just not that they don't know how to cook it, they just cook it differently. That I don't like. So it's like really chewy and tough, and I'm like, I just walk around eating the Disney Mickey Mouse pretzels, like because that's the only thing that it's the only thing that tasted good while I was there, because I can't read the menu, so I don't know what it is, and they're just like, this is noodle, this is noodle, this is noodle. I'm like, yeah, 8 different types of noodles here. I don't know, I don't want to pick something and so that's how it is. Fandom, sorry that we're talking about food. We're talking about food outside of America. So
Yeah, yeah. It's not
I
the
find
best
the topic
conversation. We still
interesting. I
gotta.
find the topic super interesting. So
Yeah,
that's
I do
just
too. I do too. It's completely off track from about as off track
yeah,
as
I know.
Game of Thrones and Star Wars. But let's be honest, there's not so many people here. We're just chilling pretty much, people we know and stuff like that. So
No, I'm glad to be on, man. I was pretty cool. I
yeah.
was listening to you guys, and because you don't do live streams that often, but when you
I
do, I'm
can't. I
like,
do
this
one
is
every day.
so.
I what if I could do one? I'd do one every single day for like an hour a night if I could. I can't. I just can't do them. So
But once you got monetized, your sub count like went way up. It seems like YouTube. I was watching you, man. You were like doing 20 a day, 25 subs a day, 30 a day. I was like, dude, that's
yeah, but
awesome.
I have slow days too, where I get like not even one sometimes.
Yeah, well, dude, mine is ridiculous. Mine is 20 one day and minus 5 the next. then 20, then 15 the next day, and then -4 the next. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
Well, what I need is like I need some kind of boost. Like, okay, when you got those subscribers from Geeks and Gamers, what happens is if you get like a couple of hundred at once, it really helps you snowball. If you get like 5 a day for a month, they dissipate. So I kind of need some kind of jolt, some kind of, SC Reviews gave me a like pretty solid shout out. The video did like, I don't know, 15,000 views, got me like 3 subscribers.
So yeah, like, it's really weird, man. It's just really, it's really weird. I mean, sometimes I'll post a video and then the next day I've lost 10 subscribers. And I'm like, what's the difference between this one and another one? And then I'll gain like 40, 50 the next day. So
I could explain that because I had this problem. And what happens is when people change their account, they delete their account, just change their name or something, you lose them as a subscriber. They don't realize.
Oh.
So that happens a lot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
I did not know. But I do know, like, once the monetization hits, YouTube tends to push your videos a little bit, just a little bit more because
I don't know, man, because
that's what I've been hearing on all the understanding YouTube.
But my views have been lower than ever. So
really,
yeah, just recently. I mean, except Brie Larson. But I mean, how many Brie Larson videos can I do?
Yeah, I did 2 Brie Larson videos, and one of them hit 12,000 views. Ridiculous.
That's nuts, man. I haven't even my biggest video.
Ridiculous.
My biggest video now is like 3,600, which is kind of low in the grand scheme of things. But I heard John Talk say something about like it's got to be a good thumbnail. Some of my thumbnails are fucking fantastic.
And I think your thumbnails are awesome. Oh, dude, you got another super chat by my good friend Galactic Pops. Welcome, Galactic.
Hold on, I was emailing Ruth still.
He didn't really say anything. He just threw you $2.
Yeah,
maybe he wants you to do a little dance show, or maybe he wants you to sing and dance, or something along those lines. Something along those lines. Pop Culture says he watched 3 Entertainment Hackers ads today. So how you like that? I think your thumbnails are fantastic. Mine are cheap because I do mine free from Canva. So
hold on, I'm trying to email Ruth for a second. Let me concentrate. If you could talk for a second.
No, it's fine. I'll just blah blah. I'll just read some chat stuff.
I messed up 2 times already.
Hey, I got 8 prepaid here to go through. I may throw in some more. Galactic Pops, wait till I get monetized. Just save that money for the Drunk 3PO channel.
No, he doesn't need it. You don't need it. You can do lives. I can't do lives normally.
I'm just kidding, man. Throw it to John Paul Rye. Throw it to my friend. It's all good.
I'm just kidding too, obviously. As long as
we're good buddies, man. We're just joking. It's
if Jay ever says he likes The Last Jedi, then we're gonna mob him. Don't worry about it. So that's as long as we got that in common, I guess we're cool. Game of Thrones, I don't care. Whatever you think.
I think that's but on the other thing is I think that if you had the ability to stream once a week, I think that would really help too. Wait a minute. Death by Saber says, I heard that hot dogs in Japan are smaller in the States. I don't know about Japan, but in China, that is correct. Hot dogs in China are the size of a pinky. They're very small. And then they try to be cute and put it in a somewhat type of like dough bread. And I don't know. Dude, all I know is when we went
thinking about this.
Go.
Wait, I didn't thank Galactic Pops the super chat. Yeah, thank you, dude. That's great. And Galactic Pops, I don't have a proper monitor here, so it's hard for me to link channels. He's got a channel. Definitely check him out. He'll working towards 1,000. I think he's at 800.
Did you give me a wrench? Do I have a wrench?
No, I don't think you do. I just saved those for girls. So I'm kind of woke over here, so I'm not giving any dude a wrench, man. Come on.
If you gave me a wrench, I'd throw everybody's link in the chat for you.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not gonna be a jerk about it.
I guess all right. I guess I'll give you a link. I'll give you a ad. All right, man. You're a
Look
moderator.
at this, man. That means we're like best friends now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
All
Galactic.
right.
I'm gonna get your
Should come in. I was gonna say something to hot dogs actually.
go
So
for it.
in Japan they have kebabs, and they're like gyros. I guess they're gyros. They're called kebabs here, but they're more like a gyro, more like a burrito. And one of the places serves hot dogs, okay? And they're good. They're like these cheese dogs, lots of cheese in the middle. It's $5. It's literally 2 bites. So, just kind of like pisses me off. Like, I'm gonna pay $5 for 2 bites,
Yeah, it's the same. That's exactly right. That's the same in China. They're very small. But the worst thing, so if you guys travel outside of America, the worst thing you could ever do is order a hamburger from a restaurant that you don't know. Because
Not in Japan,
nowhere I have
but yeah.
ever been in my entire life outside of the States knows how to do a hamburger like you get in America, unless you go to McDonald's or something like that. So, oh, I
Hello.
hear somebody
Yeah.
special.
Is my avatar on?
Yes,
Your
it
avatar
is.
is on.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
I got it.
Hello, I'm so happy to meet both of you.
Yeah.
What's
Hi.
happening, Ruth?
Hi.
You guys have never
Not
talked
much.
before?
No.
Man, we
No?
like she's either in my chat or vice versa, like
Right.
all the time.
Right. Well, Ruth, you came at a perfect time. We're actually talking about foods. I don't know how the chat's going to respond. We've been talking about food, and I know you know something about it.
Well, I'm actually going to start a YouTube channel for the Fandom Menace on food. All I know is what my mom taught me. Mexican food is I'm Mexican and Portuguese on my mom's side, and I grew up with cooking all kinds of Mexican food. So I'm gonna start doing that next month once I start learning how to edit pretty well. But I am gonna do on Twitter the one I promised you about the
About the, I think she was going to say enchiladas or something.
yeah. Can you hear me?
You know how to make Ruth, you know how to make tamales, enchiladas.
Yeah, I know how to make everything.
Oh man, that's
as far as what my
fantastic.
mom is. Hold on, someone called me. Can you give me a second? Let me send them a message.
Yeah, just
Okay, I don't want them
mute
to.
your mic if you could.
I don't want them to bother me while I'm on here. Okay.
Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, the thing is, I know Jay knows
Uh-huh.
this, is ingredients in the supermarket are different. So you can't just give me a recipe and expect me to get the same ingredients.
I know,
Yeah,
but
no.
I can well, it depends. I know in Asia you guys have a lot of different spices. You're just gonna have to run with what you got. I mean, that's basically like anywhere that you're from. I had a friend from Germany, and she's like, "We don't have this here." I said, "Well, find things that you think are spicy and just try them." I mean, that's as much as you can do. I mean, you have to work with what you have around you. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Absolutely.
but I can make enchiladas. Tamales we make mostly during the holiday season. That's
Mm-hmm.
more of a thing. I can't eat tamales every day. That's too fatty. But I can make um, green green chili tamales. I make the ones where my mom's from. Oh my god, they're so good. They're shredded beef. They have carrot. They have cheese, jalapeno cheese in them, and they're so thick and rich. They're so good. And but to make tamales, it takes a process. It's a little bit longer, but they're so worth it. They're so good. When I went to New York, I had a New York tamale. It's
Well, you know
different.
what I could use? I could use some good recipes for sauces to put on spaghetti, like to mix with spaghetti, like meat sauces, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well and I mean anybody can come up with their own spaghetti and meat sauce. The one I posted was from the Philippines. Their spaghetti, oh, it's so good. It's more sweet and they put actually hot dogs in their spaghetti. So you can add any kind of meat that you want. It just
They put
depends
hot
like
dogs
what
in
your flesh.
everything. Eggs and hot dogs and everything in Japan. Cut up the hot dog, put some eggs, like literally everything they eat.
Yeah, like when I was in Hawaii, when I was little, we used to eat spam all the time. Spam was like the main dish in
I've
Hawaii.
never had that.
Wow.
I've been scared of that. I've been scared of that my whole life. I am not. I don't know what that is exactly. I don't think I could eat that.
Spam? Well,
Spam?
yeah. Spam's
It's pretty
good.
good.
I like it. Yeah.
Well, the word doesn't have like the best reputation, you know. Like
It all depends on how you cook it,
spam,
my
you know.
friend.
Don't leave spam in the comments, man. Like, you know, don't do that. I don't want to get spam. So I'm thinking it's a little bit of a negative feel to me, you know. So
I have a question for
stay
you.
away from it.
What is your guys' favorite Mexican food?
All of it.
How about you, drunk?
Oh, I like it. I like well, where I live in Central Florida is huge
Uh-huh.
Mexican population here. So
Uh-huh.
everything from
You're in
tamales.
Florida?
Yeah.
You're in Florida?
You didn't know
Oh
that?
my.
That was
No,
like the
I
first
thought
thing I heard about the guy. Right when I saw Jay's channel, somehow I knew. I'm like, this guy's from Florida. Okay, because Jay used to have his like backyard, his window. I was like, he's from
Uh-huh.
Florida. Like I knew immediately. You
I
know.
didn't know you were from Florida. I have
Yeah.
family in oh God, what's it called? I was over there not that long ago. Tampa or something like that. And I've been to Coca I think it's Coca-Cola, Florida.
Cocoa
Or
Beach.
Pepsi-Cola, Florida.
Oh, Pensacola. Yeah.
Yeah, with the military when I was out there. So
I'm like an
those are the
hour and a half from Tampa, maybe hour
Oh yeah.
40.
You're gonna do a car video with Jeremy, huh?
I have no idea. Look, Jeremy said that on somewhere. Then
Oh yeah,
about
that's a good idea.
20 people messaged me, said Jeremy wants to do a car video with you. So then I sent Jeremy a message and he never responded. So I was like, I'm not gonna push the guy. I'm not gonna pressure him. He's super busy. He's got stuff going on, so he'll get around to it because he's a man of his word. And
I text with Jeremy almost every day. I talk to him every day. Well, not every day, but I mean, I'll send him a text and he'll respond to me. So if when I see him, I'll be like, hey, you promise you're gonna go fishing. You promise you better do this video with drunk. Don't say
Wait,
it if you don't mean it.
I was just gonna say about Jeremy being a man of his word. It's now been over a year, and I got another video coming out on that. I really like it. I really like it. It's gonna take a lot of editing, but he hasn't been doing lives on Geeks and Gamers solo because when I super chat for a panel, it's useless. But if he goes solo, he'll read them. So I've been saving up some money to start bugging him about it again. I just haven't seen the Geeks and Gamers lives where he goes solo.
I know. I started. I just did a tweet for Jeff from World Class Bullshitters.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah, so I'm texting with him a lot now, and Uncle Ethan, I'm gonna start doing some promos for him for his Indiegogo. So
Cool.
yeah, I Uncle Ethan's cool. Like anytime I send him a text, he responds right away, and he's pretty. He's really nice, and so is Jeff. Jeff, now that anytime I send him something, I think he likes the graphics I do. Because every Tuesday I'll do something for Jeremy. I'll post for the High Council, and Jeremy's like, okay, and he'll repost it. So he's used to me doing that every Tuesday.
Yeah,
And
I met
started.
Jeff yesterday. It was cool. He
Oh
invited me
yeah,
on a stream. Good guy.
yeah. Yeah,
I gotta ask
I
you.
like
I gotta ask you guys a question because this is you guys know Jeremy a little better than I do. It's not exactly about Jeremy. There was some drama at the Star Wars Celebration. Jeremy made a video about it at Blind Wave. You guys see that video Jeremy made?
I saw all of them. Which one?
He said that I was gonna say
Brian Young.
Okay, so Blind Wave was in front of Geeks and Gamers or behind them, something like that, and they kept calling them cringy. But when they, and Jeremy got a little pissed because, they wouldn't really respond to it, and they kind of like dodged Jeremy when he was like, "What's up?" about calling him cringy, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He made a video. So I was thinking of making a video about Blind Wave because I think their reactions are like kind of fake. I don't like reaction channels. If you see like the Rise of Skywalker, they're sitting there like this.
Uh-huh.
Like, does anybody really sit there for a reaction like this?
Uh-huh.
It's the lightsaber. It's Rey. It just seemed, but I don't know if I want to get involved. But I've always wanted to make a video about like reactions, how I don't like them so much.
Do it, man. Who gives a crap? Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
mean, do whatever you want. That's so true. I honestly don't even know who the YouTuber he's talking about is. The only YouTubers I watch are you guys. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, out of who he's always like beefing or whatever's going on with that, I really don't know any of those YouTubers. I really don't.
They're coming on 500,000 subs right now. They're not a small channel.
Oh, well, I know they're some of them are big, some of them are not. The only one I ever remember I did do something about was what's his name? Nerd
Neurotic?
No, not neurotic. Den of Nerds. Den of Nerds.
Okay.
Because he was saying that
yes.
Yeah, he was saying that Jeremy was calling for a boycott, and I went and posted a tweet to him, and he responded, and Jeremy saw that, and then Jeremy made a comment on it, one of the live chats, and I called him out on it, like, you're lying, like, that's not true, and he's like, well, he's mainly saying it, so he got caught in a lie, and then he did a reaction video, like, he said something briefly, like, he apologized, but that's the only one I remember, like, from a long time ago when on Twitter. Other than that, the other ones I really don't pay attention because there's always somebody gonna come at you. I mean, since I've been following Jeremy and like since I've like really like had my fan page and all that to him, I've been attacked so much in my DMs.
Yeah,
and all that
you were telling me about that, and you were telling me about who attacked you. I won't say it, but it's really kind of disturbing for me.
Yeah, and well, no, it was before that one. It was a long time ago. Like a few months ago, I was attacked because I just followed Jeremy, and people were so vicious. They were DMing me, and Jeremy knew about it. And I was off Twitter for a couple of days. I didn't know if I was going to stay on or not because it was just too much to handle. I got over 200 DMs on that. And one of them was because of my tattoo that I got of Decent Gamers. That one really came hard.
I hate to interrupt, but I got a $5 super chat, so I definitely want to thank Toriel G while she's still here. But yeah, you actually told me about that situation.
Yeah.
And it's kind of disturbing to me because you told me more details. It kind of disturbed me, but I let it go because apparently you let it go. So if you let it go, I let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I delete everything now. Now everything's good because I've learned to have thicker skin and not let anything bother me. I'm just like in one ear out the other. And if people come at me because I support Jeremy, then that's their problem, not mine. I don't have time for that. I have too much going on in the community, like supporting you guys and trying to get people to like come support and stuff, and that's my main goal, is to just support and be there for you guys when you guys need me, like to retag or do announcements. I love
you're just one of the best people I know as far as supporting everyone. It's really
cool. Yeah, you're an angel when it comes to that. Just an angel.
You guys are really sweet. Thank you. Believe me, though, I really enjoy doing it. And I have all this free time doing it. I do have 2 jobs, but at my jobs, I really don't do much. So my boss is like, well,
same here. I actually make videos. I hope no one's listening because some of my coworkers are subscribed to my channel, but
Oh, same here. And my boss is like, I don't care as long as you just take care of the front and nobody comes into our clinic. Like everything's on the phone. So I'm on the phone and I'm doing the computer at the same time. So I'm like, okay, this is easy. And that way I entertained. I'm on Twitter. I never thought that on Twitter how it worked when I first came on. The first person I met was Stephanie B. And I gotta honestly say something. Stephanie B is like the best person I have ever met on Twitter. I think she supported everyone from the beginning. I swear, I think she started.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and I call this era the what's it called? What did I say the other day to it? The Jedi era, the backlash of the Last Jedi, because that's when everyone's started growing. The YouTubers that are bigger now, and then now this, I call this the second generation, like growing. Because I honestly believe that you, Drunk, Jeff, Rookie, Sith, Petronian,
What
all you
happened?
guys.
He's been like MIA. Like, what happened? to
Oh,
him?
college, man. He's like,
Yeah.
he's trying to get his degree done.
Yeah, I'm sure
Cool.
he'll come back. But
Yeah.
I know you guys are gonna grow, and I'm so lucky because I'm here at the beginning with you guys, like I was with Jeremy. But Jeremy was already at 30,000, so it's exciting for me to like see you guys get huge and bigger, because you are. I mean, I just see
when
it.
Jeremy was between 20 and 25. I think he had like 23. And
Me too.
I checked D-Day Cobra the first day he rebooted it. With the video was called Hello, okay, with Ewan McGregor and the and I checked. I'm like, oh man, this is so cool. Jeremy's got a personal channel. Like, I enjoy hearing him talk about Star Wars and shit. And I was like, all right, oh, he's gonna go fishing. I'm like, I really want to fucking see that. I lived in Florida. My Facebook photo for the last 10 years is me with my yacht. I used to go deep sea fishing and golfing. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Because Jeremy's one of those YouTubers. You feel like you're sitting like right there with him. Like, he's just a cool guy. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, yeah, this is the guy I want to see go fishing. And then super chat. I've got a lot more super chats than in the video. And I'm too busy. Then he mentions me out of nowhere in a stream, like entertainment hacker. I'm finally going fishing. Then when I talk to him the next time about it, he's like, oh yeah, no problem. Thanks for the video, man. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Don't thank for the video. When are you fishing? He's like, no, thanks for the video. Wait, well, no. I want the video coming out, not thank me for the video. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think he's not going for a long time from now.
You're very persistent.
See,
I mean,
when he mentions me on stuff, I try not to bother him because I think he's like super busy. I appreciate everything he's ever done for me, man. Like everything.
Jay, it's not just.
But we're the toxic ones. Remember, don't forget, we're the toxic ones. We're the bad ones.
No.
You know what I do? I'll send him like yesterday he made a video that he went to Walmart, and so I went online and looked at all the creepy Walmart guys that dress up like women, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But these were like customers like way out there. If you Google, you'll see, like, because Walmart has all these videos on the funniest customers they have. So I picked out like some some really funny pictures, and I put Jeremy's reaction before and Jeremy's reaction after, and I sent it to him. He was cracking up. He was like, what the hell is this? And his DMs, he's like, Ruthie, you're crazy. And
that's pretty funny.
I always send him like the memes I do before I send them out for he can see them, and he's always cracking up. He's like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I just do it for fun.
All right, can I actually get back on topic for a second? So, Ruth, you've been following Game of Thrones, I assume, right?
Yeah.
I asked Jay this question before. My guest before Jay was on Mad Talk.
If you didn't know, Ruth, Jay's my name. Just throw that out there.
Oh,
yeah, I call him Jay because when I say Drunk 3PO, I kind of like get tongue-tied. I just like Jay a lot better. So, what was your biggest character disappointment for the character arcs that finished?
I would have to say Demi, when she got mad, and it's not her character for her to just go crazy like that. I mean, it didn't fit her character, and I think it really brought her character down, because she built herself up to be, really great, and for her just to go full throttle on her own army and on the civilians. I mean, I didn't like that. It just didn't make no sense. And then John, walking behind the guy, I always forget his name. It's not clicking with me. It's not like The Last Jedi. I mean, you can honestly compare it like that. It's not clicking. It's not connecting for me. That's what I didn't like about it. It didn't connect for me. And Arya, killing the Snow King. It's just like, I don't know. Everything right now with Game of Thrones for me is not connecting. I'm just not happy with how it's going. But I am gonna tell you, I am a huge fan, and I do like the writers because I mean, if they're messing up at the end, hopefully, in my opinion, if they can learn from their mistakes now that they're doing and see that because it's all over the internet. It's not just the fan of someone said, oh, it's just this community. No, it's not.
Yeah, no.
No,
It's
it's
all over.
everybody.
It's e-entertainment. I'm sending like Jeremy all kinds of things like where I'm seeing them. It's even in Spanish. Like it is because my nieces and I we get together. I mean, people get together that I know and watch it. And I live here in Mexico, Tijuana, right next to San Diego. I live in both, but I stay a lot over here because of my grandmother. And we have watch parties here, and we had one last week, and they were like, what the hell is going on? And they're not happy with it. And on YouTube, it's also some of the smaller YouTube channels in Spanish don't like it either. Like their reaction was like, I don't know about this. Like they don't like it, and it's just not clicking.
Actually, Ruth, I love what you just said about. I think you're one of the first person I had said that it's not connecting with you.
Mhm.
I actually like that statement a lot. That it's. I never thought about that. Maybe that's why we just are not enjoying it because we're not connecting with the characters that we've connected with for 7 years, and
Yeah,
now
well,
they seem like different people.
Yeah, well, that's exactly like it. Like Jeremy said, they're trying to, just please the. I don't know who the hell they're trying to please. They're not pleasing me, and I'm a faithful watcher. I've been watching them forever, and I mean, I've been watching them from the beginning. And Arya is my favorite, but I really don't think that. I thought Arya honestly was gonna die because she was supposed to come back, but now and then the whole sex scene, I was like, okay, that can happen. She's not a little girl, but it was a little cringy to watch because you did see her grow up, in the series. So it's like, for me it was like, and she looks really young. She really does.
We got a comment that says the writer deliberately concealed the truth about Daenerys' character. The clues are still there. By the way, thanks for stopping by, Kevin. And yeah, there were definitely little clues. Like she burned the Tarleys alive. She could have just been a little more merciful. And I don't know.
Yeah.
My friend was a Game of Thrones channel for like the last year, kind of like in his Game of Thrones community. Tells me there's a lot of clues that people miss because when you watch the show once a week, most people watch it once, right? How many times did you watch the show every week? Be honest, once?
Me? Oh, no, I actually had to get the episodes, like the first series. I bought them, and then I would watch that.
I mean, but when you watch it once a week, you generally watch it one time, I think most people.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the little things go over your head. So what Game of Thrones people are telling me is that this has been set up for a little longer than people leading on. It wasn't just like a sudden change, like 1 through 3, 2 episodes. They said it was being led up to. So I don't know all the details, but this is what I'm told. And I kind of want to get my Game of Thrones guy to make a little video for me, kind of defending, because I can't defend it myself. I'm not capable of what he could. So
yeah. Well, I watch as much as I can. It's hard to watch all kinds of series that people want you to see when you have 2 jobs. I mean, I don't really have that much time, and then I'm on Twitter.
Exactly my point. You don't have a lot of time, and you don't think things out. You just kind of get the main thing throwing at you. So if they're dropping subtle hints, but strong hints, you're going to miss it. So
okay, now I'm going to lie and say, like, if this was the Mandalorian Star Wars, no, I would I would be on that like 24/7 because anything related to Star Wars, I'm right there. But the Game of Thrones, I would watch all the episodes, but when you don't have time and you just watch it once, I do think, like, if you're a casual watcher of it, you should be able to connect with it. You know what I mean? From what you already know, and I didn't connect with it. Like they're just going too far off into the story. Like it's not clicking for me. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm kind of like the Star Wars prequels. Like I don't defend them, but I don't hate them. I'm just like I see complaints. Well, episode 3 I'll defend, but episode 1 and 2, I'm just kind of like I'm just neutral. I'm like, I can't defend it, but I don't love it. Just like whatever you think is cool, basically.
Yeah, but you got to remember, I in that time, the one of the big things that I hear a lot of complaints is about the EGI on those movies. You got to remember that was like the big era for that, and a lot of people complain that there was too much of that. And the truth is, the first two weren't that great. I mean, but George Lucas was involved. I mean, he didn't direct all the first original ones either, but at least he had a story.
Yeah, from a story perspective, I think it was fine. It had a great structure and had an incredible ending. The ending was emotionally incredible. It kind of grew on me over the years too. You know.
Yeah, but
so I gotta cut you guys.
Go ahead.
I gotta run. I'm gonna run, John. Ruthie, it was so awesome to be on with you.
Yeah, you too.
We'll make it a habit. So
okay, and I gotta actually go too in a little bit,
That's
John.
cool.
I'm sorry.
No, that's
because I have
fine.
to do
You've
some
been
stuff.
on for I think over now. So I'll just why don't we say
much
some
love to you guys, man. John, keep up the good work. Ruth, can't wait to see the channel. Keep up everything. And tell Jeremy owes me a car video. And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, later, y'all.
Nice seeing you. Bye.
All right. Yeah, no, we might as well wrap it up here. It's a great time because yeah, no, thank you for coming on. I just gotta ask you one question before you go. You got all these avatars. You change like every 10 days. You ever gonna just pick one?
Well, no. I mean, on Twitter, it's fun because it's like changing yourself all the time. But I think I'm gonna go back. I like this one because this is the one I'm gonna wear to maybe Comic-Con. I already have the outfit. What you see is what I'm gonna be wearing. So
I kind of like the newest one. Like looks like the kind of hot, like the sports shirt one.
Oh, you mean the Stormtrooper?
Yeah, the Stormtrooper's in the background.
Oh no, that's just a friend of my partner in the Facebook, Proper Anna. She's on Twitter and she has a YouTube channel. She's awesome. Her, me, and Caitlin. Yeah, that one. Her, me, and Caitlin and Stephanie B have a fan page to Jeremy. They just came on board and we're all going to promote it. We're promoting it now. I have to get back to try to get followers. Instagram and Twitter are very different. It's harder to get followers.
Instagram's really slow, just from what I see.
Actually, I get more likes on Instagram, like in a heartbeat, than I do on Twitter, like in 2 seconds. They're if you have an Instagram page and you have followers, they will tag you in 2 seconds if they like your stuff.
Yeah, bullshitters Instagram, and they're answering my comments, and like on YouTube, you can't even on Twitter, I can't even get a word in edgewise ever. But they'll on Instagram, I guess they're freed up enough on Instagram.
They're more active on Instagram. I have Jesse Milestone on Instagram. I have Anna, that Star Wars girl, on Instagram. I have EVS. I have some of the YouTubers. I have you, World Class Bullshitters. They all respond when we post things for them. The Instagram page is for everybody in the community. So if they want to send videos, as long as it's under a minute, because I think that's the rules. Unless we put it on TV, they want to send videos saying hi to Jeremy. Jeremy is always on that page. It's his page for him, and for his group.
Your fan page you're talking about?
Yeah, and we try to do like games. We try to do polls all the time, and we actually put people in our community. I mean,
right. I'm following. I've been following your stuff on Instagram. I just don't use it so much. So
yeah, and when we do that, Proper Anna, she's really good at all that, and I'm more her and Caitlin and Stephanie are coming up with that. But when people send us stuff, we post it. We post everything people send us, as long as it's not offensive or any kind of SJW. Then Norway's on there. So yeah, and we grab stuff from Twitter, Facebook, and we also promote anything Jeremy has, like Jeremy's clothing, Jeremy's when he goes live sometimes, anything that Jeremy does that we try to just put on there, because it's really his community. So we want everyone who is in his community to send us stuff, and we'll post it for you. And we want it to be a fun page. That's our whole purpose, is just to have an interactive Instagram page for everybody.
Yeah, no, it's just like fun, random, like homemade memes, basically.
Yeah, well, any kind of memes you can do to Jeremy. I mean, the person I roast the most is Proper Jeremy. I mean, I go.
Yeah, what's with that? I know.
Oh, it's fun because it's just fun entertainment. I'll do him and Letho. It's just a fun time. They're great YouTubers too, and I am gonna start promoting Proper on there, or anybody. Like, if, like, let's say you send me hi Jeremy, or if you send me one with the fish, I'll put it on there, and Jeremy's gonna be like, oh god.
I actually have a video of Proper Jeremy coming out. Well, I could come at any time. I just forgot to get around to it, but I finally found it that he made for me quite a while ago. I think it's really funny. I mean, if people don't know Proper Jeremy, I don't know how funny they're gonna find it. If you know Proper Jeremy and you make fun of him, it's probably a really funny video.
Yeah, Proper Jeremy's awesome. I mean, he has such a good sense of humor. And I want to say something about you. I think that you are incredible. I mean, you every day. I did a marathon of all your videos.
I appreciate that. It's great.
Yeah, I did. I will leave the comments later because I was at work. But oh my god, your videos are so entertaining, so funny, and so good. Like, you really, really have good videos. I really enjoy them. And and you're putting out videos all the time, so it's hard to keep. I'm like, oh god, because I get your notifications right away, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I tell people, like, don't worry about it. It's just gonna slow down. I'm actually having a third kid next week. So my videos are definitely gonna slow down, but I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I'll be here always uploading. So.
Yeah, and then my first video that I'm gonna do is you're gonna be the first one I'm actually going to do your video for. I'm gonna do the posting on Twitter, but the first video I'm gonna do is the enchiladas, and I'm gonna call them the hackers. I'll come up with some cool name for the enchiladas.
Yeah, cool.
Because the first recipe I ever did for the Phantom Menace, this was back in December, is two: Caitlin's keeper chicken and Jeremy's mac and cheese, because that's Jeremy's favorite side dish. And it's actually a really good recipe because I have a video where I introduced it to a party that I was having that day, and both of those two were gone. They were like, oh my god, where'd you come up with this? I'm like, oh, YouTube. They're like, oh, okay, whatever. But they kept I had to make like 3 batches of it. It was so good. And after I do your video, I'm gonna promote those 2 videos, and I have a couple of other YouTubers that want have certain foods that they want me to do. So I'm gonna name each recipe after them.
I have serious food issues here. I have serious issues here, so they might be unsolvable. So it's not like
Yeah,
but,
well,
I use them.
Yeah, but yours is the ones I'm gonna do for you are so simple. I mean, I'm trying to do things like for people just to do it really fast and simple meals. Nothing.
I actually have cooking videos on this channel. You probably missed them. They're a little old.
Well, I'll go through them. I'll go through your channel and see. But yeah, I'm not a professional cook or anything. I'm my mom's daughter's cook. That's all I am. And
you're a lot better than you're a hell of a lot better than I am. I could tell you that. Pretty much anyone is. So.
Oh, thank you. You're so funny. I have to go now. But it was so nice. It was so nice talking to you. And hi to everybody in the chat. I can't see them, but hi. And
there's a few people here. We got like 10, 12. No big deal. Just chilling. Good,
That's so cool.
Good
and yeah, and I just wanted to say hi to all of them. And you're doing a great job, and I really enjoy your videos. And I
appreciate it.
And thank you so much for inviting me and letting me talk about the fan page. I really appreciate that too. And I hope everyone subscribes to it.
I'll give you some links for that in my regular videos.
Cool. No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you might have to remind me, but just don't feel shy. Just remind me if I.
Oh, I know you're the easiest person on Twitter to talk to. I love talking to you. Yeah, you are.
I admit it. I'm easy. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, well, you have a great day, okay? Okay,
yeah.
bye.
That's it. Everyone left me. I got nothing left. All right, so I lost 2 subscribers from my video about Catwoman, the trailer, which absolutely sucked. I won't say it. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And if those people were subscribed here and unsubscribed because of what I thought of Catwoman, then that's cool. Anyway, see you guys next time. Got to thank my friend from Mad Talk, Drunk 3PO, aka Jay, Star Wars for Life, and everyone in the chat. I don't know, PB. I could keep going. You know, Doomcock, I watch his lives, and, you know, he's always like, all right, 10 more minutes, guys. 2 more super chats. Literally goes on for another hour and 45 minutes, so I can keep going. But if I'm alone here, then, you know, if I'm alone here, it's not as easy. But, I don't know. I guess I'll keep going. I'll just sit here and keep going. And I'll be honest, if you don't need the watch time, lives get a little less, you know, what am I going to do a live for? But yeah, I got another video coming up for Jeremy. I guess I'll see it. You know, he usually sees it, and I got to keep reminding him because I'm not going to, you know, it goes without saying Geeks and Gamers is one of the best channels on YouTube for our genre, but I'm not going to say it because I want to get my video before I start being all nice, being like, hey, man, you're so awesome. I love you. No, I want the fucking video. It's been a year. Like, come on. I got to think of myself, too. I've been subscribed there, super chatting there. Go fishing. I'm going to have 3 kids, a full-time job, a wife that nags me. I'm doing videos myself. I don't think anyone's busier than me. So, yeah, he ain't going fishing. Well, if he's not going fishing, then he's never going to hear it. And it's really stressful because part of me really wants to see the video. So, and part of me enjoys just bugging him about it because why not? Like, literally no one else does. And, you know, whatever. It's going to be fun. I got a song coming up about it. So it's a song, actually. I don't sing it because my guitar's busted, but, you know. Death by Saber says, I haven't seen your Batwoman video. Well, I, at the end, started insulting it, saying how bad it was, saying how it was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And, wow, man. I guess it's just TV, so I should have expected that. But, you know, it is absolutely horrid. It is just so woke. It is insane. And I don't even like saying woke. I guess everyone knows what I mean. But it is off the hook. I guess I'm just coming to the conclusion that they're actually making it for girls. And they're making it for people who are in this mindset. Like, it's like a girl thing. Like Strawberry Shortcake and My Little Pony. It's actually made for girls. It's not intended for guys to watch. It's total girl power. It has nothing to do with Gotham City or the lore or the tradition or the traditional things about Batman. It's just a pile of shit. It's so bad. It really makes me sick. Really makes me sick. Hey guys, just saying hi. Well, you can't say hi. You're just chatting hi. You're just kind of typing it. Shaney Entertaining. If I had a proper mod, I would link your channel. Shaney's got a cool channel. And Shaney's a nice guy. He's from Canada. He probably eats a lot of pancakes because I know they got IHOP in Canada because I've been to Canada. He made a video about a snowstorm. He chats with me on Hangouts. And Shaney's pretty cool. Shaney's one of the stop-bys. So basically, some people go to lives, they stop by, they drop a like, blah, blah, blah. I do that myself. But that's what Shaney is. Shaney's going to leave me. He's going to be here for a minute and a half, maybe 90 seconds. All right, man, Shaney, give me one more thing. Give me one more thing, Shaney. Anything. Anything. Impersonate me in chat. Impersonate what I would type in chat. Laugh out loud. He's laughing. I got the guy that makes people laugh. Laughing. You know why? I'm funny too, man. I'm just fucking burnt out from a married life and a family life, and I'm just totally burnt out. Smoking a pancake. Smoking a pancake. Shaney Entertaining. That's actually pretty original. I don't think I've heard Entertaining before, have I? Entertaining. Can't quite recall when somebody, yeah, I have no, it's not time. I have time. Put it this way. On Saturday and Sunday, I don't have work. There's absolutely nothing that's going on except my family is there in the room with me, so I can't do anything. So it's really stressful. So I do have time. It's just not time for this. So Shaney, super chat go up to like $100. Drop me one, man. Don't even think about it. Just drop me a super chat for $100. I'll show my wife and be like, hey, Shaney entertained me $100. How about it, man? I'm just randomly saying shit. I wouldn't even want you to waste that money, although it wouldn't be a waste because I'd probably spread the super chats around to other channels, and yeah, it might be a waste. Okay, forget I said that. I guess I'll keep chatting. What the hell? What the hell? I think this could be actually a day where I'm alone for the entire time. It might happen. It hasn't happened in months. I haven't been alone for the entire 24-hour span of a day for at least 4 months. So that's what I'm dealing with. I would have called myself Shaney's Taunt on YouTube. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I lost 2 subs. Maybe it's the Catwoman thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm not negative enough about Game of Thrones, but I don't know. I'm contemplating being a little more negative about Game of Thrones, but I'm just not negative. I'm just kind of right there in the middle. So anyway, I'll just keep rambling. I'll keep rambling, and if someone else wants to jump in, that's cool. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter at this point. I always like listening to the talking heads are good, man. Talking heads are good. So we got like 3 people talking and 10 people in the chat. Let's see. If it drops down to like 8 or 7, I guess I'll end it. I'm really superficial. I'm like, how many people are here, man? Is it worth it? Abu Nasser's gone. Jay's gone. Ruthie's gone. I haven't seen Batgirl yet, I'm afraid. It's not Batgirl, it's Batwoman. So she actually, I gotta say it, she's gay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying she is. That's a fact. They show her kissing women on the trailer, like actually kissing on the trailer. So it's Batwoman, and what the hell happened to Batman? Jeez. I just showed up. What's up, EH? Hey, Justin, you want to get on this live right now? You could come in. Anyone could come in. I'm just chilling, acting silly right now. So I don't know. Maybe he's not set up for live. So I'm just chilling, man. I just started a live, and she's gay in the comics. Oh, so she's from the comics. I don't know too much about it, but I don't really judge things based on comics, books, stuff like that. I just I just watch the shows, and the reason I just judge the shows is because that's what the majority of the audience sees. Same thing with Star Wars. There's some obscure detail in the novel. Well, how many people that saw The Last Jedi read the novel? I don't know. Maybe 5%, 7%, whatever it is, it's a very small amount. So that's not what the general audience is getting presented, and that's not the perception of Star Wars that they intended on you having. Same thing with Batwoman. I'm judging the show, what the general audience they're going for is going to see. That's just me. Oh, I don't know. As far as Game of Thrones, I know I saw Hey Viv's video, and she was pissed about Dany. So I have some problems with Game of Thrones, absolutely. But Dany, I don't know. I kind of like her being the villain because it just depends on how much you're invested in Dany. If it was about Jon, I'd be like, huh? Because I really like Jon. So yeah, it just depends on the investment in the character. I think how hard you're taking it. I'm on a tablet. I tried last time and failed, but also I was fine with episode 5 Game of Thrones. I wasn't like fine, but yeah, I was in the middle. Some things I liked, some things I didn't. I was okay with how Cersei and Jaime ended because with an emotional outlook on it, they've been lovers, they've been together, they have been saying it's all about them two for a long time, except like very, very recently. So I think from an emotional standpoint, it kind of made sense they died together, if they died, by the way. I wasn't very upset by that. Arya, I don't know what she was doing helping people. I guess they just had nothing left to do with her after she killed the Night King. So, sorry, spoilers coming up, guys. By the way, does this mic sound okay? I don't even know. If I just sat here, how long would it take for the chat to drop down to 0? Helping. Waste. Wouldn't waste my time on it. I guess that was Shaney's big joke That was Shaney's big 15 minutes of fame on YouTube. Shaney comes to Entertainment Hacker and says, I wouldn't waste my time on it. Your volume is good. That's great. Almighty Kun says, I don't see Danny as doing anything crazy. She gave him a chance before war to surrender, I think multiple times. Mike sounds great. Great. This is $30 big dollars. 30 big ones, baby. She got a family burnt. Okay. That's nice. Mike sounds great. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up because if I'm just rambling, then that's cool. If you guys are enjoying hearing me ramble, that's awesome. But I got to make some videos, do something. I'll try to jump in someone else's live now when I have the chance. So, konnichiwa from America. Oh, Mega Jetty jumped in. I can't go. Someone else came. What's up? I think Mega Jetty is also from Twitter. So thank you for stopping by. I was going to end it, but I guess people are still here. I'd like to get a second person at least, because just hearing me talk cannot end quite right. And yeah, whoever super chatted, this is my first live where the channel is monetized. So thank you very much. If I wipe my face, I'm going to turn my mic off. Hold on. Not my camera. Okay, so thank you very much for the super chats. You guys will definitely get a special mention. Shaney's got a jet. Where's my super chat, Shaney? God damn it. Always disappointing the folks, Shaney. I can't believe it. I'm getting you back for this, man. Come in my chat. Try to entertain people. Steal my fire. No super chat. $1, man. Shaney, $1. Did I ever think I'm on YouTube like begging people for super chats? I'm not. I don't care. I'm happy to get one. I'm happy. Jay, Drunk 3PO, the Rising Star gave me $5, and that money's going to go right to someone else's super chat. Maybe him. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Did you change the colors of your symbol? Yes, I did, because yellow works better. I see John Talks has yellow background for a reason. That's yellow, and it's just to catch the eye, and I did a pretty good job. It really stands out now. I really like it. And there's a channel, Anomaly. You guys want to Anomaly. His is yellow, and that probably helped a little bit for whatever. Yellow. So, yeah, I'm actually going off. I probably won't be back. You're welcome. Indeed, I'm become popular on Twitter than I am on YouTube. And now I'm away from 1K. Still working on it. I'm 226 subs now and still a ways from... Yeah. I didn't know Mega Jetty had a channel on YouTube. Let's see. Go to channel. Okay, that's right. I've checked you out once, man. Let me give you a link. Let's see. Okay, so... Yeah, man. Basically, if I see you comment here on my channel, I will give you like credits, special thanks. I try to do shout outs, but I've been forgetting lately. But if you see the back of my videos, I do lots of shout outs and shit. So if I see your comments and it's more than like good video, bro, because those people don't watch, then I'll, hook you up. I think that's it. Anyway, yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. Got 6 people. That's the end of the line. I'll see you guys next time.